You're standing in front of your creative work. At least it started as yours. It's now version 4. You can still remember version 1. Clean idea, the clear concept, the version that made sense. Then came the feedback. Not objections, not decisions, just comments. Can we explore another angle? Maybe soften this. What if we also considered? So you adjust it, and then adjust it again, and again. Each time following vague feedback. Each time trying to be reasonable, collaborative, not difficult to work with. Now the work looks different. Not necessarily wrong, but not exactly what you started with. The original concept is long gone, replaced by something that, while technically works, doesn't feel like truly yours. And yet, your name is on the deck. It's in the corner. It's on the invite. It's in the email that sent this through to everyone. You are the one walking everyone through it. Even though you didn't decide this version. It wasn't dramatic. No one announced the handoff. It just sort of happened. The decision didn't move somewhere else. It dissolved. And now it's back. It's here in version number 4. And you are the one explaining it. Someone asks a question. It's not aggressive, not confrontational. It's just precise. Why did we go this route? There's a half-second pause. Because you know the real answer, and you also know you cannot say it out loud. So you translate. You explain the reasoning as if it were yours. You smooth the edges, fill in the gaps. You make it sound intentional. This is the moment your body tightens, because you're not just presenting the work. You're standing in front of the decision you didn't own, and you are exposed if it doesn't hold. Another question: what happens if this doesn't land? You answer carefully, not defensively, strategically. Because every sentence sounds like ownership, and ownership means blame. You are exposed if this doesn't work. You notice how the room is looking at you. Not suspiciously, expectantly. You are the surface now. Here's the thought that lands fully formed. If this goes wrong, it's on me. You don't say it, but you sure feel it. If it works, great. No one will remember who decided it. But if it fails, everyone will remember who stood here explaining it. That imbalance is quiet, but it sure is heavy. You feel it in how you speak. You choose your words carefully. You say we instead of I. You reference alignment, context, background. Not to be political, to survive. The meeting moves on, but the pressure doesn't leave. Afterward, questions keep coming. Clarifications, follow-ups. Emails that start with, "Can you explain again? One more thing," just to make sure. They all come to you. Nobody says this is unfair, which somehow makes it worse. Everyone is reasonable, professional, aligned. And yet, you are the one carrying the risk. You start noticing how much prep this takes. You rehearse explanations. You anticipate edge cases. You think through outcomes you don't control. Not because you're anxious, but because exposure has a cost, and your name is attached to it. Here's the spike. You realize that there's no version of this where you are invisible. If it succeeds, the decision blends into the system. But if it fails, it attaches itself to a name, your name. That realization changes how you behave. You soften claims, you hedge certainty, you leave exits for yourself in the sentences. Not because you lack confidence, but because confidence without authority is dangerous. Later, you replay the meeting mentally. What could be quoted? What could be forwarded? What could be taken out of context? This isn't paranoia. It's adaptation. You've learned how it works. Responsibility travels faster than authority. The worst part? There's no clear mistake. No bad actor, no broken process. Which means there's nowhere to push back. So the pressure settles on you. Over time, the cycle repeats. Projects where decisions were made somewhere and accountability shows up here. You stop thinking only about outcomes and start thinking about attribution. Who will answer for this? Who will it stick to? And more often than not, the answer is the same: you. This isn't leadership, and it isn't growth. It's responsibility without authority, exposure without control. And until you see that moment clearly, the moment where your name became the surface, it's very easy to think that this pressure is a normal part of your job. It isn't.